How a map can lead you in safety to your final destination. Today we'll speak about value stream mapping. The last video talked about genuine interest in people, that sincere and beneficial interest that allows us to have more empathy for others and also allows constant maturation. Today, going back to Lean, in this video, I'll talk about value stream mapping. This mapping, which is very important and interesting for us to know our process, as we have already presented here on the channel. By knowing our processes better, we can understand our limitations and look for ways to eliminate or minimize them. We will see the advantages of using this tool and also a simplified step-by-step to make a mapping. Before talking about mapping, it is important to conceptualize what the value flow is. The value flow is the set of steps that must be taken for a product or a service to be delivered to the customer, whether internal or external. Value stream mapping, or VSM for short, is a method of analysis that allows us to know more deeply and improve the way these steps are interconnected, drawing current state of a given process and later projecting the future state by eliminating or minimizing the wastes. VSM is generally a flowchart that contains important data for visualizing the situation, such as production, cycle time, takt time, and other data. This method can be used in any process, from cooking to the most complex industrial processes. When using VSM, we can understand the path we use and identify which shortcuts we can take. In other words, which wastes that we must and need to eliminate to arrive at the result with more safety, better quality, and less cost and time. The main benefits of using VSM are: the first one, know your process. First of all, it will bring a photograph of how a certain process is being done. Second benefit, identify steps. You can easily assess which steps add or do not add value to a determined process or product, recognizing wastes more easily. Benefit number 3, generate knowledge. When mapping, the team starts to understand more deeply about the process and its interconnections. Benefit number 4, enable improvement. By identifying waste, a new flow, the future state, can be created, more effective and more efficient. Now that we know the benefits, how to perform a VSM, let's check the steps out. First step, what and with whom to map. Define which process or which steps of the process you want to map. Then, define the team that will work on this task. It is very interesting here to have a multifunctional team that can bring different views. There may be some polarization or even some resistance by people who have always been involved in that processes. Step number 2, understand the process. With experts or through a gamble walk that we talked about some weeks ago, draw the sequence of steps as it actually happened. There are symbologies that can help you with that flowchart. At this stage, it is very important to keep in mind which KPIs or key performance indicators to monitor. Step number 3, draw the future state when identifying what wastes were found on step number 2. As a team, we can define how to eliminate or to minimize those wastes. Then we need to draw the new VSM, the future state. Step number 4, implement. Finally, after designing the future state, make the implementation and measurement through the KPIs you defined on step number 2. Note that I brought this theme in a very simple way. Generally, for a VSM application, it would be very interesting that this is done within a case and event, for example. Despite having a very simple logic, a very simple structure, the process of collecting data, collecting information, going to the Gemba, going to the shop floor, eliminating wastes and drawing the future state takes time. So keep in mind that the benefit is positive in the end. Every process has the potential for improvement, and VSM can bring the missing vision so you can identify and tackle the waste that has been bothering you, or can allow your organization to have even better results. Now that you know a little bit more about the tool, you can already apply it together with concepts that Leandership has already brought to you, such as Gemba Walk, Kaizen, KPIs. Start your value stream mapping right away. Criticize your process. This map will take you to a route of more value addition for you and for your customer. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share your thoughts with us. See you next week with more Leandership content for you. Until then.